Yo, what is good, world? It's your boy, Calvin Leroy King the Third. And as always, I got my lovely co-host with the most by my side, Miss Reese PC, the one and only.
Hey, y'all.
And we thank y'all for tuning in and turning up for another dope segment, exclusive segment that is, of This, That, and the Third, the lifestyle show that gives you life, literally. Now, joining us today is none other than, let me get this right. This brother is, I want to call him an artist, but he's more than that. He's a husband. He's a father. He's a philanthropist. He's a doctor on the weekends. He's a poet, and you know it. He is a curator of cool. He is the founder of Flowers for the Living and several other things. Brother Harold Green. Can we please?
Stayed at the Holiday Inn this weekend.
Stayed at the Holiday. He has a reward. He has a Go-Low. You go to the pump and you just type in your code. He has one of those. He does it all, Z. But I like to call him an artist. He goes by the name of HG, a.k.a. Harold Green, a.k.a. Harold and the Beard. Can we slow clap this brother in, please? Shit. Thank you for joining us on this segment. I've been looking forward to this personally. This is personal for me, Z. When I say this brother is an artist, I don't even have to say nothing else besides artist, man, because this brother is cold. Now, if y'all don't know what cold is, y'all gonna find out here in a moment. Please, Harold, tell the people, who is HG?
Man, I don't know. I thought that was like your job. I didn't really know. I wasn't prepared for that part. No, I got to.
Because I got the bio, but the bio don't. What I like about it is the fact that a lot of people, like, I don't know if you were a Game of Thrones head. I am, kind of, just a little bit. So, like, when the queen, she wanted to be the queen, she introduces herself, she gives this whole pedigree of what she is and this and the third, blah, blah, blah. Runs it down. The dude that knows he's a king be like, my name is Jon Snow. No, said. This is Harold Green, the artist.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, G. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. I think I'm good with that.
It says a lot. It says a lot. So tell the people, like, first of all, because this is definitely what I want to get into, is the Flowers for the Living.
Yeah.
Tell the people that unfortunately haven't experienced that yet, what it is and what it do.
Flowers for the Living started, I probably started it like 8 years ago. So that would make it like 2010. And really what it is, I'm forever thinking of new ways to reinvent myself and just continue to sharpen up that wheel. And that year, I was like, my birthday's on the 13th. Black History Month is my favorite month of the year. Obviously. I'm black. I like love a lot. And here we go. So I'm about to do something. So my whole idea was to do love poems from February 1st through the 14th to commemorate Black History Month and to commemorate love, because I'm a Valentine's Eve baby, you know what I'm saying? Right. So what I did was my sister, she recorded me on her MacBook in various locations, in the car, in the house, in the garage, basement, whatever was going on. And it started there, and it just has grown tremendously since then. My wife came in, and I used her and pianist at that time, and that grew from just that and, you know, love song covers and my original poetry mixed up in that to now we have like a 9-piece band, background singers, a roster of like 15 different, some of the best singers in Chicago, visual artists, photographers, videographers. It's just turned into this large artist collective, and now also I've started it as a nonprofit. So it's just grown so many tentacles, man. I'm just really excited about all the work that we're doing.
And it's crazy too, because when you know you on your journey, when you know you on your path, the right people and resources will be provided to you.
Oh yeah, sure.
Does it feel effortless? Does it feel like work, or does it feel like, man, it just is?
I wouldn't say effortless. I would say fruitful though.
Fruitful.
You know,
very fruitful.
every single corner I turn, every day I wake up, I'm excited.
Right.
You know, people. It's so funny because like people really hate Mondays, and I love them. Because I know that all the work that has gone on the week prior and all the emails that's been sent and all the good stuff, Monday something exciting is about to happen. It's about to kickstart the week and all that good stuff. I look forward to it, man. You know, every day is like really like I'm just super excited, and I look forward to what new journey I'm about to be on.
I'm clear.
So where are you performing and doing most of your shows at?
Most of my big shows happen at the Promontory in Hyde Park. We do one there quarterly. So the next big one is May 11th, and I'm really excited about that one because right now what we're doing, usually the spring show is the YouTube series on stage, but this year I switched it up and went back to its roots, and I just did straight poems this year instead of love song covers. So what the last show this year, the spring one, is going to be, we're working on all new original material. So we've been having all these like fantastic writing sessions with the band and with the musicians and the singers and the background singers, and I'm really excited for the world to hear all the new music that we're coming up with. Because after that, we're going to record it. So it's going to be an album and all that. So it's just really exciting, man. It's really exciting because people have grown to really love these singers and grown to really love, you know, what we've done with other people's music. So now being able to hear our original work is going to be a whole new experience for people. Really excited.
It's crazy, and I think we should be excited, man, because, I mean, I've been a fan, and I don't use that term lightly. As much as I like LeBron, I'm not a fan, because a fan is short for fanatic. Somebody that would actually pay some money to go see these people, somebody that would invest, somebody that would share, like, comment, these types of things. I don't really do that. But when it comes to my man AZ, I am a fan. I'm not afraid to say that, dog, because true artistry, dog. When we've done some projects together and things like that. But I met him through Big Bro Dave Jeff, and he was working with Black Orchid, and they did this song, that is still my favorite song ever, called Poppin'. Hootie Hoo Poppin', and it was just such like hip hop meets rock and roll meets a rave meets grits and biscuits. It was like everything you ever desired from experiencing music in one song.
No, like it's a crazy song. Like it's a like wherever we did it at, like the place was up, you know what I'm saying?
And that's how I met him. So the bar is high, and he's continued to elevate and impress ever since. Not only is he an amazing husband and father, he's a coach. You did something in education, or you do something in education like a professor?
Well, like so I used to work in CPS. I worked in CPS for like a decade. I still coach. You know what I'm saying?
What do you coach?
I coach basketball. So yeah, I've been like Illinois Junior High Coach of the Year like 2 times, and I've sent people to the NBA and NCAA and top tier high schools and all that great stuff, and I still stay with them to this day. Like we stay in contact, all that great stuff. So I still coach. That's a huge part of my life. But I just matter of fact, today I just got here from all day today and yesterday. I've been teaching 5th and 6th graders from around the Chicagoland area how to write action poetry. So over at the Illinois Holocaust Museum out there in Skokie. So I'm always like teaching and always involved with the youth and stuff like that. FFTL has a monthly free youth writing workshop and open mic that we do at Little Black Pearl, and right after I leave here we actually have the monthly paid adult writing workshop and open mic called Soul Speak at Little Black Pearl. So to piggyback on your question, I will like teach creative writing at like universities and stuff like that for like high schoolers and different things. But I'm nobody's tenured professor or anything like that.
But you
to
profess.
my knowledge.
But you profess. He said to my knowledge. Because we had a young lady that we were working with that was apparently one of your former students. She's now a PhD. She's a doctor now. You know what I'm saying? But to see the cycle and the pipeline and the people that we are able to impact, man, it's real.
It is.
It's real because just as positive and just as impactful as this brother is and will continue to be in and through his community, there's a lot of the opposite of that going on. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so who's going to create that counter narrative? Who's going to empower these kids to know their greatness at an early age so they can tap into it and become doctors as opposed to something else?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's what Flowers for the Living is. I grew up in Inglewood. So I seen it, I know it, but I know. And the reason why I'm here and how I got here is because I was surrounded and encompassed in love, When I would go in that 2 flat every single day, my grandmama lived upstairs, we lived downstairs, I was sandwiched in it, you know what I'm saying? Like I just couldn't get away from it, and no matter what nonsense was going on outside, fights every day in front of my house, gangs running through the gangway, people throwing their burners out, in our backyard and stuff like that, it didn't matter because I knew as soon as I walked across that threshold, I knew exactly what was waiting for me. So I know for a fact, if I give that to the world, if I give that to every person I encounter, if I give that to every youth that I mentor or coach or any person that I teach or anybody that sees me perform, I can change the world for real.
Oh,
I know how powerful that is.
We're good here.
Yeah.
That was one thing that I'm telling you, it's important, y'all. You never know who's listening to what you say, and you never know who's watching what you do.
Yeah.
I remember this brother said, going to a HBCU, the difference, one of the biggest differences, was that the people there were for you.
Yep.
I don't even know if you know. I heard you say that. Changed my whole perspective, G, because you know how you want to be right. So whatever school you went to, you want that to be the right school. It might not have been the right school. 'Cause I didn't feel like people were there for me.
Right. Yeah.
I didn't feel like they were for me. You know what I'm saying? And you a graduate of Grambling?
Grambling State University.
Grambling State University.
Yeah, I didn't graduate from there. I left there because I was gonna be a celebrity, so I left there, right?
Clear.
You know,
I'm
but
clear.
I finished at DePaul and stuff like that. But I was there from 2003 to 2006. I was there long enough to be
Long enough, right? Long enough to be a Grambling. Say it like that. Attend homecomings and people know you.
Right.
Right.
You know, no crazy thing about
Real
that is
talk.
like, you know, the past 2 days, like the kids, we do a Q&A at the end, and they ask me like, so like, what jump started your career? When did you know that this is what you were gonna be? And I always talk about Grambling because not only did the teachers and the staff and all of that feel like, you know, family, but being around my peers was so important. We had representatives from each of the 50 states, and the fact that by the time, I think about my end of my sophomore, beginning of my junior, they were giving me a day. In our homecoming week, our spring fest week, they would let me have an auditorium. I was packing it out with 2,000 people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that showed me they believed in me.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? Like
yeah.
that showed me like
support
what
was
you're
there.
doing is important.
It matters.
And we want you to continue to do it. You know? So that type of stuff and that type of investment, like you were talking about earlier, that type of investment in a person really makes that person believe.
Yeah.
You know, even if you didn't believe in yourself, now other people believe in you that hard, you don't have no choice. You're back into a corner of support, you know?
Me too. In a good way. I believe in me too. Straight like that, man.
Yeah.
We could obviously go on forever with this brother, man. He is a resource, man. So we're gonna get into his how you keep in tune with him, how you get in contact with him, all those things. But before we do that, as is tradition on This, That, and the Third, we're gonna play a little game called This, That, and the Third.
Surely.
Now the rules are very simple. All you're gonna do, we're gonna ask you 3 questions. You're gonna answer honestly and from the heart. You ready to play?
Wonderful, yes.
All right. This is this.
So out of all the things you do, what's one thing you like to do in your downtime, just to relax your mind?
What's downtime?
To relax my mind. I don't know if my mind is ever relaxed. I don't think my mind is ever relaxed. But I think what I like to do in my downtime probably the most is be a dad. And I don't mean that to be like cliche enough, but like I really, from all the stuff that I be doing and all the hustle and bustle and all the like work, like when I walk in and I see them and like when they run up to me or when I've been out of town for, you know, more than a day, like, and how excited they be when it's like, that's just a really great thing, you know? And if it's not work, you know, it's not like, I don't know. It's not arduous, man. It doesn't like, I don't know. Some people, I know how it's described sometimes, you know, how parenting is, but like, I really just like being a dad, man. It's really fun. We love doing stuff, you know? Like going out and whatever, just having fun.
So that's what you like to do in your downtime?
Yeah, we can call downtime. You know?
Dad time. We're going to call it dad time. That's what I do in my dad time. All right. Well, this is that. You mentioned on one of the anecdotals for this season's Flowers for the Living that you were and correct me if I'm misquoting you, a student of love?
Yeah.
What is that and how can I become one? I know not how to do that.
Where do I enroll?
Where do I enroll? What is a student of love?
You know, so what's funny about that is that particular piece is called Super Senior, and that whole piece is surrounded around the idea of, you know, when you're in college and those people that we consider super seniors, they've been there for quite some time.
Yeah.
And
Cool
they're not
minute.
necessarily engaged in any curriculums or anything of that nature. But what they do very well is prey on younger students, right? So they find them, they scope them out, they pull them out of their comfort zone, and they make them live in isolation off campus and all, you know, so that the guy in that piece is a student of love. He's a student of how to manipulate love, how to make you feel like this is the greatest thing ever. He knows how to seek out his prey in the best way possible to make sure that they feel like this is the only thing and the greatest thing, right? But in real life, as far as, I mean, you have to hear the piece is well crafted, but in real life, I think being a student of love is just making sure that just as we study and we are prepared and we get assessed in any thing in school, I think that being a student of love is making sure that we learn from all our lessons that love has given us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just highly important. I think you can be in love,
that one touched you.
But if you don't get taught by love, like, what's the point of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I've learned so much from the failures in love, the ups in love, the downs in love, and if we don't use those moments to be better lovers, then what's the point of going through love as a school at all? You know?
I just think the delivery was like.
I'm waiting for Jesus to return. At this point, you can come get me. I admit I am the former, but I would like to be the latter. Oh, praise his name. Praise his name. The doors of the church are open. That was
Jim.
That was everything. Where do we go from here?
To the third.
This is the third. This is the third. Oh, this is the Trinity. Oh, praise his name.
No, you're not. I mean, I don't really know. I think that was
There's nowhere to go. That's a mic drop.
Let's see.
Oh, where can you go from here? Woo. Woo. Joel, are you listening? Brother Osteen, are you listening? We coming for you.
All right, Harold Green.
Oh my! I told you. I tried to told you.
He gave me.
I tried to told you. I said, just let him come on. Just let him come on. Just let him come on. Ooh, praise his name.
Well, for the third, let's talk about what you got coming up next.
Oh yeah, keep it light. Okay. Keep it light.
All right.
Ooh, that was heavy.
Next. Well, I think I talked about that already.
So you have the performance at the Promontory May 11th.
And May 11th, but it's every day is something going on. Like I give you a sneak peek on something that I haven't been talking about, but I'm really excited about. We have I have a partnership with CPS in Jordan, and we're about to do some assemblies and different things of that nature in the schools. Like lower income schools and stuff like that, schools that need it, just to kind of get them excited and motivate them and make them know that they are included within the recent data that has come out about CPS being on the rise and things of that nature. So that's really cool. And then, the Jordan piece is, incentivizing those who have been doing well and make those. My big goal and dream is to flip the paradigm of how we look at scholarship and how we reward scholarship, instead of the athletes always being the ones on the billboards and the ones being highly touted and lionized. We have to make sure that the scholars of our schools are the ones who people think are cool, And if we flip that, idea, or at least we kind of try to even out the playing ground, then I think that some societal issues can kind of shift a little bit too. Even if it's just, moving the needle a little bit, that needle needs to move.
It does need to move.
Especially in our inner cities, because we think that that's all we got.
Right.
Dribble a ball, throw a ball, and that's not all we have. And I think a lot of times that the problem is because those people are made to look so cool. The dope boys take care of them. They buy them gym shoes. They look out for them. It's so many things that make you feel like, man, getting straight A's don't matter. You know, but it does, and that's what I hope to kind of help out as far as our society goes, especially here in Chicago. So.
Okay. Well, give us your Instagram, Facebook, email, website.
Shabab.
I try to keep. He is, man. I try to keep it. I try to keep it simple for everybody. If you type in Harold Green on any of them social media, you'll find me. That's what it is. My ad is Harold Green on all of them. And then the website is very easy. It's HaroldandTheBeard.com. So I just try to streamline everything.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You can find me at Calvin and the Mustache. Can we slow clap this brother out? Oh, my. This was history in the making. You're welcome. That's all I'm going to say. Not thank you for joining us, but you're welcome for allowing you to join us on another exclusive segment of This, That, and the Third, the lifestyle show that gives you life. Our special guest today was none other than HG, my man Harold Green, the artist, the beard, the all of the above. And man, it's your boy Calvin Leroy King the Third. It's my lovely co-host with the most piece of the one and only. And we are signing out and signing off. We thank y'all for tuning in and turning up for another dope exclusive segment of This, That, and the Third, the lifestyle show that gives you life. And we are the undisputed king and queen of Chicago podcast. Check us out.